I forgot to put open my chat. And it's June. Go. And log in. And sound off. And good evening to you. June means it's time for Coco to come out of the dungeons again, I guess. It's my way to celebrate Pride Month and to show that everyone is welcome. This might be a bit too big because of her wings. Let's see. Unlock it. Click it. No, not you. I did not click you. There we go. And we need Coco to move. There we go. And then with Penny, I'm probably going to be like, oh, it doesn't work anymore. And then I forget I have to move it again. So yeah, that's Coco. Back off the shelf. Dusted her off. For those who are new or watching this later on, Coco is my Pride Month character. And I use this VTuber model once a year to show I support Pride. And that's pretty much all. Right. Let's notify everyone that I'm live. Let's see. Oh. I keep on wondering why I have something open. My phone tipped over right onto my mouth. Okay. Gathering information. Delete. Right. Everything minimalized without my permission, but That's what you get for dropping your phone on a hotkey. Let's start announcing it on the internet that I'm online. Which means I can't really see the chat at the moment until I get through. Twitter has been posted. I do want to draw Coco in a 3D printable one day. She has a lot of detail. I mean, the wings are actually the easiest part. And of course, those little feathers are floating around the head. That's not possible. And I'm not sure if her heart thingy on top, if that's something that can be printed. Her outfit is pretty easy. So it's probably going to be a less detailed version for print. That's Instagram. Right, I was posting and then I read sad stories. That's Facebook part 1. By the way, asked me last week status of book 7 was, because they were really waiting for book 7 because it's the final in the story. So I was honest, having issues with book 6 Dutch, but we passed it the 1/3 mark, so there is progress. Why not DeviantArt? Coffee's not needed. Blue Sky. And Gara. That can be deleted. That is now posted. Can close that screen, not needed. My audio novel art, by the way, has been really popular at DeviantArt lately, which is weird, by the way. So let's post. Once in a while, I'll post an announcement that I'm streaming there as well. Not that often. And that's been posted as well. That's been reset. Okay, now to check the chat. Oh, I'm glad you're looking forward to book 7 as well. 3 on Twitch, 1 on YouTube. So on Twitch, someone's saying they're looking forward to my 7th novel. Makes me wonder if they already read up till 6. First, I need to open Penny. And of course, the weekly update about Varos still here. We were quite worried yesterday because he was suddenly not on his usual spot, but on the spot where he lay when he was feeling very, very sick. So it was a bit meh, and he was not in his usual spot, so we were worried. But it all seems okay-ish now. Still here. We're in the 8th month, I think, because in October he got his diagnosis. I could look up the exact day, but right now I don't really care about that. So we have October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Yes, we are in the 8th month already. Why is Photoshop so slow with loading? Worked with it yesterday, so it shouldn't be that hard. There we go. Not yet, but we'll have caught up in the near future. Yeah, well, take your time. I mean, we hope book 7 is going to be due this year, but might be next year because I do want to spend the time on art. My 3D prints, by the way, for this year are, well, I think I can finish it this month. Things are still irregular at the moment, so no streaming, but I think after this month I should be able to stream a couple of times. My craft stream, by the way. And then I should create at least coins for next year and yeah, perhaps a few new designs, a couple of traces. But yeah, Fadel's still here. I'm still here. Everyone is still here. I need to open my miniature. 891. My miniature keyboard. Atticus, where I'm drawing, is not the best place to be around. It's too cold, too moist, too hot. It's pretty much everything except the nice climate. This is, by the way, the programmable keyboard. No, that's not what I asked. Stop doing that. There we go. That's what I asked for. Reading second layer. I won't be able to record the audio novel this week, but I still have plenty of stock. So I'm not that worried about it, but that's because I have to teach in my museum again. I have to read an article for the text. This will be smaller later on. Probably has to do with the art as well. And no, we're not going to talk in Fries because I can more or less understand it. Half of the time, by the way, because it's really heavy dialect, or actually a whole different language, technically. But I'm not gonna even try pronouncing it. I'm not gonna butcher that language. Besides, some people I know might roast me. So for those who are on YouTube, someone in Twitch just talked some Fries. And I have no idea if it's even the correct Fries because I don't know any Fries. So other than that, the schedule of today is me doing art, of course. Duh. That's what this is all about. And when done, fixing one 3D print. Wait, wrong screen. Control S. Am I doing Control S? Probably. Ah! It deleted it. Still have to get used to the knobs. Right. And if there's time left, I'll do book episode 16 art. And of course, Faros' medication goes above all. So, start recording. Yep, just started recording. I was well aware. Thank you for reminding me. First a sketch. And now I need to draw. Is this edited, by the way? I think it's edited. And if it's edited, it's very skillfully edited. Candy goes out of the way because no candy right now. I ate, had dinner. And we're gonna see how well that goes considering it had a lot of cream in it. I did took my medication. But you never know. Just make it very big. It's a bit tricky to see how it's all because there's this thing called editing perspective, and it's covered with a drape, so I can't really see what everything is. And apparently there are window wipes on it. Okay, so this is first I'm going to copy that. Taram. So the story about this is Nieuwegein has a part of a tram. It's saved for, that's the wrong layer by the way, saved for historical value. They wanted to put it in either a museum or in City Hall, but turned out it was too heavy for City Hall. I don't get how it would be too heavy, but smarter people probably thought about that. There was very poisonous paint on it. So they were kind of like, yeah, so we now have this head of a tram, and what the heck are we going to do with it? That's just the wrong layer. And it was supposed to go to a museum, but that museum went belly up. So, yeah, uncool. But they can't help that, of course. I mean, no one chooses to get belly up, I assume anyway. Okay. So now a museum in Friesland, which is the part of the north of the Netherlands, that has their own language and all. I'm just going to add the little free over here because his head is a free. So yeah, we're saying goodbye to a museum piece no one ever saw we had. And yes, I still wonder how such a thing can be too heavy. Still need to change the title. There we go. Title. Let's see. 1, 9, 3. Okay. Make it smaller. This is just a base that I'm going to use for each frame to save myself a little bit of time. Here, forgot a line, but that's okay. I can easily fix that. Now the black line that I've got. How about I make that And let's add a little bit of the shade. Meanwhile, let's go back to the chat. I guess lead paint, Chrome 6. It's anti-rust, and it's dangerous if it touches human body. Getting rid of the paint should cost about 30,000 euros. Okay. So there are probably smarter people who already know what that all means. I mean, one of my beta readers already said LMAO, because chemists by nature, they kind of know what that means. What is it actually? Yeah, well, let's keep it like this. It's going to be hidden partly anyway, so. I also have an idea for something for the chemist people. Let's copy the entire background. And I think it's something I can 3D print and then turn into a badge and something like that. But I first need to create it. Technically, I would love it as a t-shirt design, but I don't think people will buy my t-shirts, and this is a bit of a risk to get it big designed. But who knows, maybe people will like it. Okay, so that's the tram. Let's duplicate it. Wait. First, I'm going to merge, then I'm going to copy it. Did you guys ever notice that my frames apparently are not equal width, length, whatever you want to call it? There's not an equal distance between them. Okay, so that's the tram. I make so many typos in my layer names, but that's okay. Also, for those who didn't follow the news or are slightly interested in that, clipping hair for the wings, yay! Our government has fallen as predicted. I actually gave the estimated they would need more time to do so, but yeah, the year isn't even over. They didn't even rule a year, or actually did nothing but shout a lot. I have a quite vivid opinion about our government, which I will not share here. But let's just say I'm not surprised things went like this. So this is going pretty fast. Let's make the worrisome worker the not paying attention one. Bit higher. And this one can be a bit bigger. You guys are free to boast your opinions in the chat. If there's something I can say on stream, I will probably repeat it or even show it. But we are here for inclusivity, diversity, equality for all. So if that doesn't align with your vision, this might not be the channel for you. And that's why we have Coco here today. All about love each other. And of course, somehow the camera doesn't pick up my expressions that well. And it probably has to do with my setup. I want the tram away because I can barely see it, what I'm doing. I'm gonna give the boss a bow tie, just to distinguish him from others. Usually I always give bosses a mustache as well, but this time the worker is going to have a mustache. Just so you can keep them apart. You miss Bob and Freek. Yeah. Maybe these are the human versions of Bob and Freek. I'm doing this on a 9 thickness. That's not good. That's not good. Do I need to restart it? Yeah, I need to restart it. Whoopsie. Oh well. The lessons I'm going to teach in the museum in Leiden is the usual manga for beginners. We usually teach that to classes of high schools. as an introduction lesson. Of course, you can't learn everything, but in 45 minutes, you learn the basics of the manga head. There's no space for a mustache here. No, no mustache for him. I'm probably gonna give them different color shade as well. You've made a head at a workshop. That sounds very wrong. I know what you mean, but if you just stated, I made a head. And I've already been asked for 4 more workshops. School just have to give an okay on the program. Okay, why isn't this head working? That's a bit of a mini hand. There's a little bow tie before I forget. What else? Well, I'm working on creating other differences, different ways to package all the products, the leftovers. Hopefully enticing people like, ooh, this is something I hadn't seen before. Let's get that. So I'm using paper I still have left over. Some people might think like, yeah, that's not your colors. Yes, I know. It's not my colors. But it is paper I have left over and otherwise would have to toss away. And I don't like tossing away things. Okay, I have to get rid of the text for now. My ear suddenly starts hurting. I usually have that when there's a big change of weather coming up. Another, I think it's high pressure. So what would mean that? What does buienradar say? Shouldn't be too much rain. Tomorrow, not during the times I need to be outside. Lots of rain on Thursday, but not on the times I should be out. Friday, same old, same old. Saturday, yeah. Okay. My chats. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it would start raining or thundering soon. It isn't foolproof, but I've had it the past 20 years. If my ear starts hurting, it's usually because of a sudden change of weather. Also, before people start screaming, he's touching the window, not the yellow paint that's cause of the Chrome 6. The heads are an issue today. But yeah, I've been painting off and on the past few days, but it wasn't enough time to even start a stream. Got a new phone, by the way. Not sure if I mentioned it last week, but yeah, my old phone, almost all apps no longer work. Only a few basic apps still work on it. And it suddenly didn't want to charge anymore. Eventually it did, but it was time I got a new phone and not wait until the latest moment. Today my case arrived for it. So I can hopefully this weekend, because we have a long weekend because of Pinksteren. Yeah, I can hopefully install most of the apps. See, he's not touching the yellow, he's touching the gray, the window. I give him a red bow tie because that kind of clashes with everything else. See, checking. We have 3 on YouTube, 4 on Twitch. We have 7 people watching. Whoever you are more than welcome, and I appreciate you all. Feel free to say something in the chat, but never feel obligated. Lurking is fine. I'm okay with lurking. I've been a lurker most of my life. Still lurk a lot of people. For those who don't know what that means you just watch and don't talk. I mean, I would actually lurk my own stream, but you kind of have to have some interaction or something like that. Let's give him a bit of a brown look. I actually wanted red, but that's a bit too much. And then the other anno. And of course mouse, but I'll do that later on. And hello to you as well. Glad you could join us. Now we need to color the mouse. That's the wrong layer. Ooh, I colored on the wrong layer again. Okay, I'm probably gonna need a different trick. There we go. Also, my tummy is starting to rumble. And considering how many cream I ate, that's not that surprising. This tram would have been fantastic for children to learn about it, maybe even make them enthusiastic for the job. Okay, text in here. Ah, fireworks. Happy New Year! I mean, it's the 1st of July, so... Yeah, they should have connected it to a simulator like you stated, but to be honest, the deadly paint is probably a turn off. Not sure. Now this is a little bit smaller. A little bit. Oh, I guess this is the comic. Turned out better than I anticipated. I was kind of meh of the idea, but this was kind of the only thing that was happening at the moment. So you guys can go do a text check. Yay, but otherwise... not the things I was hoping for. Already approves of it. Tomorrow. About half that's still in transit. Okay. So technically that should fit through the letterbox if needed. That gives me a lot less stress. Let's see. I can't really understand Dutch. I can translate it for you. First panel. It's a beautiful thing, but it's really in the way. Second panel. Boss, a museum in Friesland wants to have this part of the tram. Really? Third panel, a piece of Nieuwegein in Friesland. I'm gonna miss you, boy. Don't touch it. Chrome 6, which is very, very poisonous paint. Also, indeed, the wing is in front of it, and the final frame is glad you're going to pick it up. Are you going to take it just like that, or do I need to wrap it? So, pretty much that. And I'm not very good at presenting dubbing comics out of the blue. I already had from my Dutch grammar person, editor, who already said it was okay. So, first this. And now I need to do the banner. And then the text, of course, which is going to be, unfortunately, incompletely Dutch. Okay. This can close, this can close, this can close. Can close, not Glenn close. And I'm going to stop the recording here because the text isn't interesting anyway. Show me the text in Dutch. The big wall of Dutch. I will enlarge it later on. Just first need to type all the text. It's the 3rd of June. Yes, 3 juni. Also, shout out to a certain birthday boy, even though the birthday was yesterday. Was the name of the museum was somewhere. Where it was the name of the museum? So no audio penny comics is asked on Twitter. Well, perhaps in the future, maybe one day. I don't know. Where's my article? I lost my article. No. You just reopened the link. What's the name of the museum? My tummy is starting to rumble more and more. Quite a lot of milk. Need to check because of the wings that are in frame. Yeah, this should be right if I don't move. No movie. So, text check. By the way, I should copy to other parts. No, don't do that. I specifically told you not to do that. And I need to copy the text from here because somehow it won't otherwise copy there. Shouldn't move. No movie. Okay, nothing seen here. We'll keep it open. Now, I needed to fix a 3D print. Second time I needed to fix one because I missed a tiny little line. But my chaos does not help. In which folder did I put it? That shouldn't be the right one, but let's check it. No. Maybe Vados will come pick us up today. Okay. So let me check my picture. There's a little part here at the finger missing, so hopefully it will be an easy fix. Let me zoom in the picture. Yeah, it's really just this little line. No, not you. This one needs to zoom in. Just a simple little line, but it's kind of needed. Okay, and now let's... Thumbnail has already been made. Thank you for helping me remember. I did that before I made the text. I need to have my privacy bar up. Where is my privacy bar? There we go. Extrude, millimeters, height 100, depth 3, no detail, base, invert, transparency is white, enable smoothing. Let's see if I have this in one go. They sometimes change the settings, making it easy to get mistaken. Okay, so the line is back, but suddenly there's a hole in here. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. And which part is it? Let me check again. Right above. Oh, it does this thingy again. I don't like it when it does that thingy. But first, let's. Did I edit? What's the height 10? I don't like it when it does this stuff. I had it with another piece as well, and it kept on doing that, and suddenly, all of a sudden, without warning, it stopped doing that. And that's very frustrating. Got a couple of feedback. I will change. See, now it's suddenly isn't that detailed anymore and jagged and whatever. There's no longer a hole. Image been fixed. Saving the file. And I got a couple of feedbacks. Let's see, where's my file? First of all, let's check the name of the museum again. Okay, that's one. Okay, so that one is done. We've got the art fixed. So now what we're going to do is episode 16. Started up the wrong one. Well, don't need you. And I'm going to record again just soon enough. Just first need to. Why won't you open? Don't look if you don't want any spoilers, even though everything is written really tiny at the moment. That's how I keep the still make sure what I had was passed. Episode 16. I think I'm just going to do a mountain. Yep. And in this episode, someone will be dropping by. If you read the story, you know who. One of my favorite characters. Turned out I made two art pieces for episode 15. Whoops. It's June. New folder. Who this? I always copy the previous frame just to, yeah, a bit matching, at least the size. I've never made mountains. Or at least not very good ones. Recording. Start recording. Let's see how it goes. I don't have much time, considering it is 10, which means soon Faros his medication. Like said previous week, it's not on the dot. You have a little bit of a wiggle room. Let's first make a basic sketch, because I kind of want kind of like a Bob Ross painting. So not sure how it's gonna work out. Feels unbalanced at the moment. It really feels unbalanced. It's supposed to be a mountain, so these are trees, by the way, not grass. So let's first make the first mountain. Okay, this is not how you build up a mountain. So first of all, opacity a bit higher. First, we're going to do the background. And the more you get to the front, the darker it should become. Now I need to lower the opacity because that's a bit too much. No, that's the wrong line. Then you have this one. this one. And this one. With this one, by the way. And then you have this one. I don't know which part of the mountains they climbed. I like it, so let's duplicate it in case I mess it up. Now, thick paint, oil paint, gouache, dry gouache. Let's see how it works. First you need white. Way too much. Oil paint. Okay, thick oil paint. You can do the texture gap. Hardness. Thickness. Okay, so the thickness isn't the good thing. Density. I do want more thickness. It's too much. I don't really like this. Also, if there's so the brush isn't working. Maybe. Let's see, what are you doing? Rough wash, not that big. Okay, also not good. Nope. That doesn't work. And what if I just do the basic round brush anyway? Wet wash. That's a bit much. Well, technically the texture I want. Oh, wait. That's why it's not working. And what if I make this less prominent? This is about the edge of snowfall. You can't see the back, and there's no snowfall up here. Maybe a tiny bit over here. I wish I could draw mountains. Let's see how to draw mountain in Clip Studio Paint. I don't want videos, I just want pictures. Advice lines. Well, maybe that works. Maybe I shouldn't think too hard. For the record, just to show you what tutorial I'm using. Just a picture. That's usually something works with me. Maybe just a basic brush then. So here's the tip. Okay, so that's pretty much. Okay, so we have our mountain. Do I have a brush for trees? That's just leaves. Bush, brooks, plain, bush. Trees. Okay, that might be a bit too big. That might be a bit too small. We need to start small. I know it's very saturated at the moment. I will fix that later. Need a little bit of an opening. Get a few on the big ones, weird ones. Can't control it once. It's just a view from the side. You can't see where they climbed the mountain because you know. Okay, that's a bit too much. Control Z. That one can stay. I give here one, here one, here one, here one. Okay, so this is all very saturated. Let's desaturate it. And make it a bit lighter. And lines. Could you please move? Does this work? Still don't like that the color is just the same. And I don't really like those lines either. No lines. No lines. We're just gonna add some color. Watercolor. Wait. I need this button. Still very saturated. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is duplicate this layer, duplicate it again, and then slightly blur it. Yeah, you can't really desaturate that easily. You know what? Duplicate layer. Top of it all. Okay, this is not going to be my greatest work. Let's see. Morning sun means yellow at the bottom. I meant yellow, bright yellow, soft yellow. Normal. And I should have a brush for clouds. Clouds. Not the stripe kind, just normal clouds. Still not that happy about the mountain, the line work. You guys can at least say I tried. Any more tips in the tutorial? Wait, where did my tutorial go? There you go. Okay, so they recommend making it darker on one side as well. Okay, that works. And they recommend lighter points. Okay, and now just something over to make it look a bit more curated. So let's, at the top, just toss over a little bit of brown. Okay, so this makes it at least more the feel of the other art. And now I just need a pattern or something on it to make it look, maybe I can use one of the marbles I have. Where's my marbles? Well, that's just one. A filled scan. And I have no idea how it came into existence. Okay, so that's something for the mountain. Oh, not gonna touch it anymore. Not gonna touch it. Absolutely not gonna touch it. Love it. Accident, love it. And I'm gonna save the tutorial just in case. So, gonna save it. Like I said, it's an accident how it turned out, and I love it. Which means it's time for Vados' medication. Thank you for all joining me. I'll be handling this offline, preparing it for episode 16, which I will probably record next week, which you all can't listen along because I already am nervous about recording, let alone recording when people are listening. So I'll be seeing you. Thank you for joining me. Where's the record button? Where is the record button? There. Stop recording. Bye bye.